So here today we're going to do kind of a different type of video. This is going to be kind of a review of the quality, actually. So not an unboxing, sorry guys. But there's a reason for that and I'll get into that. A review of the quality of Quarriors, the game of Uber Strategic, Hexadron, Monster Combat Mayhem. And then all these things, 130 dice, all these awards. This says it best. Basically, it's a dice building game. So a lot of people really like deck building games, like Star Realms is one and I call them shared pool deck building games. So Star Realms is one where the whole deck is just set in the middle of the table and there's a buying row and then both players have a chance to buy all the cards. So there's no really pay to win advantage like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic the Gathering. I know there's such thing as, for all those games, there's proxy cards which are free, but it's just not the same. So dice building, and I'll talk a little bit about the game, but first of all, the box is in full color, front to back. Good high quality cardboard. I recently just got Blocus as a gift, and it's different from it was from Amazon and it's different from the original. The pieces are a little chintzier, and the actual box of Blocus is just paper. It's just literally paper. Here, I'll show you. This was a gift, so I don't want to bash it, because I love the game, but, you know, it's flimsy, it's kind of chintzy, and the game board itself is just, they went through some cost-cutting measures, which, if you want to look on the positive side, probably less waste, probably less raw product. So the instruction manual is the first thing that you'll see here. It's not necessarily thick, but for somebody who's a little bit newer to board games in the board game community, it could be a bit daunting. I would just honestly say throw this away, not in the trash, but throw it away and watch a video of the gameplay, because the video of the gameplay, it'll just click. You'll just get it. There's a lot of dice here. A lot of dice. And so when I bought this and unboxed it, none of these were set up. None. It was all in plastic bags, just kind of in this corner. So that's why I opened it and then kind of set them out sort of nice like this so you can see. So it comes with a good handful of cards. The card quality is unfortunately a little low. The art on them, you know, it's okay. It leaves a bit to be desired. I'm keeping in mind that this game, come on, let's see if it'll focus. I'm keeping in mind that this game was only $40. I don't think she'll focus. Yeah, okay. Well, you're not missing much. Card quality, meh. But that's not what we're here for. That's not what I bought it for. It also comes with these dice bags, which are, you know, they didn't have to include these. And they're fine. They're for what they are, they're fine. They're for putting dice in and then shaking and pulling a dice out randomly. That's one of the game mechanics. Kind of like drawing from a deck. So dice quality, let's take a look here. So you can see each of them have individual face plates. Oh man, I don't know if we'll be able to do this on this camera. Let's see if there's a autofocus. Well, it probably would have focused by now, right? Well, I guess you don't only have to see them. There's a lot of different colors here. And the way it's set up, there's just some really beautiful dice here, and 130, and you know, when you open this box and kind of show it to somebody and you're gonna play, it kind of adds like a level of ooh, you know, and also like holy shit, what do I do with all these dice? All the dice are basically played in the same way, and what's nice is that all these cards are the dice. So for example, this, you know, strong death dealer is actually represented by these dice right here, these black and red dice. And what's cool about that is with or without expansions, so I'm playing without, these dice can represent 3 or 4 characters, and you'll have these 3 or 4 characters, you know, each set of dice in a buying area, neutral buying zone, and you and your friends will buy the dice with these, essentially, and some of these count as money too, but this will be your initial money. Buy the dice, put them in, you know, put them in the bag. And you shake them up, and then you draw, I think it's 6. You know, and you put them out. You draw them physically, individually, and then you get them in your hand and you roll them. So it's just really satisfying, and there's a neat kind of, I wouldn't even call it a gimmick because it keeps me coming back to play it, but there's a neat, you know, it's luck. It's a game of chance when it comes to dice every time, whereas drawing with cards, I love that, don't get me wrong, but drawing with cards, it feels like there's a little bit less luck or chance when you're drawing from a deck of, you know, even 40, 50 cards. Or for Star Realms, your deck would probably be more around 20. And it's like, you know it's going to come up each time, which is part of the fun. Again, that's part of the strategy. You know what's coming, whereas these, you know what's in your bag, but you don't really know what you're going to draw physically that you're going to pick out, and you don't. And then another layer is you roll it and you don't know what it's going to land on, you know. Are you just going to get, oh shit, just one buy? You know, I just bought this card or this dice for, you know, 3 or 4 buy. Or you get a really badass, which I know you guys can't see, but just assume this is badass. Strong, you know, with 4 damage and 4 defense. Or, oh shit, it's only 3 damage and 2 defense. Each side represents a different strength of the individual card. So that's all I'll go into for the game. And as for the quality, it comes with this little sort of glory tracker, which is fun. You don't have to use it. We do. And, you know, with 2 players, you know, you move up with each monster, or I guess demon? Each thing that you kill moves your glory up 1, and it goes faster than you'd think with 2 people and 20, but you get to 20, whoever's first there wins. There's a map that represents the playing field. For beginners, they recommend that you print one of these 2 out, blow it up, and just pop it on, you know, the field so that you know where each dice goes during the end of the turn. And as complicated as it might look or sound, this is really, once you play it one time, it'll click. It's that kind of game, whereas there's some more advanced, much more advanced board games and, you know, out there that you could play 4, 5, 6 times and you'd still not quite get it. It wouldn't, you know, you wouldn't really know exactly what's going on. You wouldn't know how to play or how to get better. But this is not one of those. So highly recommend. This was just off of Amazon. Quarriors. It's not themed. It's not licensed, so it was more affordable. There's licensed variants like Marvel Universe where, you know, all these cards would be Spider-Man or whatnot. And this is all just what it came with. So a lot of cards. Not so interesting art. Card quality is low. But it doesn't matter because you're never shuffling these, or you can, but you shouldn't be. So they're not getting a lot of physical use. Dice quality, very high. You know, sometimes there's you can't see it, but there will be a little bit of ink kind of outside, sort of misprinted. It's never like disgusting or really bad. But, you know, all these dice, really great. I have to say my favorite are these purple dice. Because they have a really cool image that you can't see of kind of like a Taurus on it, as well as a really beautiful, just like purple, swirly, kind of sparkly, shiny sheen to them that kind of makes them look almost 3D. But yeah, lots of different types here, lots of colors. Really, the ones that it comes with that are actually interesting, it's pretty much just these. All the rest of these are just another aspect of the game. It's what you start with. You know, you start with like 3 of these for buy and maybe 2 of these. Yeah, full color, very good quality instruction manual. That's not necessary, but it is necessary for the nitty gritty when you get down to like, okay, wait, does this count? Does that count? what do we do in this situation? It's great for that. But honestly, for a game like this, YouTube a match, YouTube like a beginner's or tutorial match, and you'll get it. But yeah, I have played it a couple times, would highly recommend. It's great for 2 people, and of course the more the merrier. It's more fun with 4, but it's still an amazing game with 2 people. Thanks, bye.